With people is some of the hardest goddamn fucking shit that we could ever fucking do in this world. Because to live in our actual truth means that we'd have to accept and acknowledge things that we've been suppressing or lying to ourselves about that we don't want to acknowledge for whatever the fuck. But the reality is, a majority of us have been living in lies because living in those lies are too goddamn comfortable. And people love living in comfortability because it's comforting knowing that they can live a lie that they're comfortable with rather than living in the fucking truth that they're not comfortable accepting or acknowledging here. But the truth fucking sets you free. The truth sets you free from all the suppression, from all the bullshit that you've been holding back. Think about how miserable you've been ever since you've been lying to yourself. Even though you think you're living in comfortability, you know damn well it's so uncomfortable because every day you're living in that uncomfortability. You're living a lie that you know you don't want to be living in, and you have to deal and swallow that. You know, you have to deal with the shit and swallow that shit every day. You have to swallow it up like fucking cum off the ground. You have to blatantly accept you're living a lie, knowing full well this is not who you are, and you wish you could fucking change. Because the reality is you want to be in your full truth. You want to be able to be who you are in full fucking force. Like, you want to fully be yourself in the best way possible. But again, to do that means to live in your fucking truth. And to live in the truth means you have to accept things that you're not willing to accept because these are things you've been fucking suppressing because you're not willing to accept or admit the truth yet. Because once you do, that's some uncomfortable shit. And you don't want to live in uncomfortability because that sounds too goddamn uncomfortable. But that's exactly where you need to be because that's where all the good shit happens. Not you living in lies, not you lying to yourself. What's it all for? What's the fucking point? Maybe you're comfortable living in your lies, but at the same time, it's highly uncomfortable because this is not who you want to be. And you want to be able to change deep down because you want to be exactly who you want to be, fully in your full fucking truth. So you gotta start accepting the truth of what it is and start living that shit. And start denying the lies you've been living because this is not who you are. And I know it's uncomfortable because to live in your truth means you have to, swallow your pride and accept things you've been lying to yourself and others about. But once you can fully accept the truth of what it is and start doing that shit, it becomes like secondhand nature to you. It becomes so fucking goddamn natural that you'll just start living fully in your truth without even having to think about that shit. And you're gonna feel so good about yourself in the end. But you living in these lies, that ain't gonna do shit for you. It's only harming you in the long run. You're only damaging yourself mentally by living as a person that you're just not. Because to live a lie means you have to, suppress so many things, and you have to lie to yourself every day, which can do a lot of damage here and down here. And that is not what we're trying to do. You want to be as healthy as possible. And to be as healthy as possible means living in your truth. And to live in your truth means you have to accept things you've been denying and suppressing for the longest time. But once you can do that, the truth will set you free. You'll feel like a brand new person, and you'll come back to this video one day and thank me for giving you the advice you didn't want to hear, but you needed to hear. You're fucking welcome.